Have you ever said yes to someone visiting and immediately regretted it? Not because you don't like them, but because something inside you just whispered, "There goes my peace." If that hit close to home, you're not alone. And what's wild is that science actually explains why some of the warmest, kindest people secretly dread having guests over. Let's talk about it. For some people, hosting is a thrill. The laughter, the chaos, the energy. But for others, home is sacred. It's the one place where the mask comes off, where you don't owe anyone a smile, where your brain finally stops performing. And when someone steps into that space, even a close friend, something shifts. The air gets heavier, the silence breaks, a soft tension creeps in. Not because you're rude, but because your sanctuary just got disturbed. Here's where it gets interesting. Psychologists call this territorial comfort. For people who crave solitude, their home isn't just four walls. It's an emotional reset button. Every sound, every corner, every little routine is something they control. So when a guest arrives, it's like dropping a pebble into a still pond. Nothing bad happens, but the ripples, they change everything. And here's what most people never talk about. Out in the world, you're polite, you're aware, you're on. But at home, you finally get to stop. So when a guest walks in, even someone you love, that mask goes right back on. And that invisible effort, it drains you, quietly, like a phone losing battery in the background. Now here's the part that might surprise you. Some of the nicest, most generous people you know, they're the ones who feel the deepest relief the moment the door closes. Not because they're cold, but because silence feels like oxygen. Psychologists say these people have strong emotional boundaries. They don't push others away. They just protect the spaces that keep them whole. To them, home isn't a stage. It's who they are when no one's watching. And for some, this goes deeper. Maybe their childhood home was chaotic when guests came over, stressful, tense. So now, even as adults, visitors trigger something they never asked to carry. But here's what matters most. There's nothing wrong with wanting to protect your space. You can love people deeply and still crave solitude. You can care for someone and still guard your peace. Because for some, the truest form of comfort isn't a crowd. It's a quiet room, a familiar chair, a warm drink, and the gentle hum of their own thoughts. So tell me, does this sound like you? Drop your story below. And if this helped you feel a little less alone, subscribe. We break down the psychology behind everyday life, simply and honestly. See you in the next one.